Well, they say everything is changing in this world, so in a picayune fashion, I'll change with it. These commentaries are now going to emerge on Monday rather than at the end of the week. Maybe I'll do more than one a week, and I'll try to keep them under 4 minutes because it's a lot to ask you to hang in over 4 minutes. And given the present state of dread which encompasses the world in terms of the coronavirus, I'll try to limit my doom-saying proclivities and find the occasional ray of light. And oddly enough, peculiarly enough, the first ray of light I find is the fact that I can offer a requiem for Canada, my country. That is to say, the ray of light is the fact that Canada was actually defeated in its bid for the Security Council last week. You see, Canada had no foreign policy worthy of support. Has no foreign policy worthy of support. When it comes to peacekeeping, we have rarely any peacekeepers anywhere in the world. When it comes to foreign aid, we offer roughly a third of what's required and nowhere near enough to fund global public health, particularly the fight against COVID-19 and AIDS, tuberculosis, and malaria. When it comes to climate change, we talk a good talk and then we come back and we buy a pipeline after we've been to the Paris conference. And we give new armaments to Saudi Arabia, which will likely find their way to further devastation and decimation in Yemen. We didn't suggest a single concrete reform for the Security Council when everybody knows that the 5 permanent members with their 5 vetoes have reduced that structure to a kind of paralysis. We didn't suggest any concrete reforms for the World Health Organization when the United States withdrew its funding. We offered effectively sonorous support, and that's it. The only thing we talked positively about was our convening power. We said to the world, look, we belong to the G7, the G20, NATO, the Commonwealth, the Francophonie. We're a good country. We're part of all those things. We can convene you. Elect us on those grounds. But the world doesn't elect on the basis of convening power. Most countries can do that. So we were rejected, and Ireland and Norway were elected in our stead. And you know what? That's a positive thing, because Canada's foreign policy did not deserve to win. That was last week. I'm Stephen Lewis.